Jersey, North Carolina, Dallas, Texas, California, Sydney, Australia. So Sachin Yogesh are even on the phone with us. Way to go, guys. Welcome to the North American call. Look how popular you guys are. Coming all the way from Australia. They win from logging in for the furthest place. So, all right. I just want to ask the Modere team, make sure that we're recording. Yeah, looks like our recording's going. So, guys, if it's okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. We've got some very exciting news to talk about. This is the last body transformation training that we will be doing in preparation for this monumental launch of the body transformation system powered by one of the most incredible products the world has ever seen. And we're so excited to bring it to you next weekend. If you guys can believe it or not, next weekend, we will have this product launched. I'm so excited to bring it to each and every one of you. Before we get started with Nate tonight, I just want to recap what we talked about last week in our body transformation training series. So we want to recap a few of the things that we went over, and then we're going to turn it over to Nate, and Nate's going to go through the pillar of education tonight. So if we can go to the next slide, please. We'll talk a little bit about, there's myself. Look, I'm a chin down, guys. Some people lose inches.
It's a nice before, Shane. Yeah.
Yeah, so I know, like, individual results may vary, right? I'm not only a member of the Hair Club for Men, I am a participant. So the body transformation system has done amazing things for all of our 28 participants, including Todd, myself, and Jeff Ranson. We're in a little internal contest between the three of us here internally. So guys, before I dive into this, I just also want to mention to the 28 participants that we love dearly of the Body Transformation Challenge that we've been going through. I know they're with us tonight, so if you're a Body Transformation participant, give me a shout out in the chat, pound the heart button, let us know that you're here. And guys, throughout the training this evening, they will be in the chat answering questions and sharing personal experience that they've felt as they just, guys, it ends this week. This is the last week. This is week number 12. The Body Transformation Challenge that our 28 participants have been going through ends on Sunday, right? So in 11 weeks, they've lost over 500 pounds. 500 pounds in 11 weeks with 28 people. Average weight loss in 12 weeks was around 20 pounds of each of these participants, which is incredible. We are so proud of these guys, and I can't wait for you to guys see when you come to the Fall Social Marketing Summit next weekend. You'll see their before and afters. You'll get give them a hug and meet them personally. There'll be less of them to hug because they've just been doing so well on this program, but I can't wait for you to see them in person, whether that's in Calgary, Toronto, Las Vegas, or Orlando next week. I don't want to take too much time because we got the man, the myth, the legend with us, but let's recap what we did last week. First, we talked about community. The community that our 28 participants have created has been incredible, guys. They've created a bond and a friendship that I hope lasts a lifetime. And you know what helps drive deep relationships is going through hard things together. And as they've gone through these 12 weeks, they've supported each other. They've shared recipes and best practices. They've found people with similar challenges as they've gone through these 12 weeks. And they've created one of the strongest communities I've ever seen. I love to see what they've done. And I can't wait to expand their experience and scale their experience to the rest of Modere North America. So we talked a little bit how they created community with a private chat and how we're going to do that moving forward. After we launch next weekend, we're going to have a Facebook group that has before and afters and testimonials and recipes and lessons. We're going to have tools available. We're going to have videos available. We're going to have reels available. All these things are going to help us create community. We hope that as you guys do the body transformation system with your customers, you get them in a chat and you be their support as you go through this program together. So community has been such a big part of what we did. In fact, in this group just yesterday, we were talking about so much of their results they attribute to the sense of community that they've gone through. The other thing that we recapped last Thursday was accountability. We talked about why accountability is so important, that so many people don't want to commit because they want an out, they want an excuse, if they're afraid of failure, so they don't want to have that accountability. And how it's so important to not try to do a program like this in a closet, but to promote it to the world. When you do the body transformation system, take those before pictures. Let other people know that you're doing it. Write down your goals. Use mile markers along the way to make sure you're showing that you're progressing. Use those to see how far you've come. Accountability is such a key, important pillar in this program that has helped so many of our participants out. We've used different tools. We've used MyFitnessPal, which we're going to encourage everyone else to use when we launch, or some kind of tracking app, some kind of journaling app that lets you journal kind of what you're doing. We've encouraged before and after pictures, all these things we've used for accountability. So this is an important metric. Now, the last thing, so we talked about, first week we talked about product, and we did some product training. Week number 2, we talked about the program and 4-4-12 and low glycemic eating. Week number 3, we talked about community and accountability. And tonight, we're going to end with education. And this is such a key pillar in the program. And because it is so important, we brought none other than the man, the myth, the legend, our president and chairman of the board, Nate Frazier. Nate tonight is going to go with you what education has looked like for these 28 challengers, why it's so important. He's going to talk about how education leads to advocacy, why people, when they don't get educated, they fall off the wagon and don't know how to get back on. Nate's going to explain how education puts you permanently on the excuse me, on the wagon train towards success. He's going to go over all those things. And then stay tuned, because Nate has got some really cool insight of stuff that we've never done before. So there's going to be a little product education at the end of this, where he's going to tell you a little bit more about our hero product that will be coming out next weekend and what makes it so special. So there'll be a little product education as well. And no one does it better than Nate. So without much further ado, guys, help me welcome Nate Frazier to go over education. Nate, I'm going to kick it to you.
Okay. Thanks, Shane.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And thanks for that great intro. I guess first and foremost, just thanks to everybody on the call. I think most of us have been together over the last 3 or 4 weeks, or I guess this is week 4 right now. So for those of you that have done the entire journey with us, just a big, big thank you from me, the North America team, really from Modere Global. And I think it was important to do it this way. To Shane's earlier point, we had this opportunity to really think about functionally what makes something like this successful, what makes us really excited, and you know, accountability is a big part of it. Building these world-class products are a big part of it. You know, Shane mentioned I got the honor to talk about education a little bit tonight, and most of what we're going to talk about tonight is what you can expect after the launch next weekend. And I hope to see most, if not all of you, at the fall social summits that we're getting ready to roll into. For our Canadian friends, I'll be with the Zaleckis in Toronto. You've got great speakers in all 4 locations in Vegas, Orlando, Calgary. We're really, really excited. And if you think about the magnitude, the importance of this launch, it really warrants doing something big. It really warrants being really loud and shouting it from the rooftops. And, you know, for those in your teams, you know, your groups that maybe not be able to attend, we are going to live stream the Toronto reveal. The reveal is going to be a bit deeper than what we've talked about the last 4 weeks. It's going to reveal what the product is. We'll go live. We'll be able to order, how it fits in the system, pricing, name, the look of it. I've got it sitting here right next to me, but Shane told me, he threatened me in my life not to show the front of it or the name, so I won't be doing that. But just know it is right here. I'm really excited, and it's ready to go. And we're really thrilled with it. And what it's done really for our teams is nothing short of magical. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about education here, and we'll probably take some avenues here throughout the remainder of the hour here. But so I'll share a few things with you. So one of the things that was really important, or at least as we approached the body transformation system, is we were so thrilled with the science, with the research, with the products that were launched in conjunction with the system. But those products only work if you do. And consistency is really, really key. And being a partner to your consumers, be a partner to you as you build your businesses, giving you something that can be really valuable as you continue to grow. We really sought options and ways to go out there and build the total value of it. So when someone makes that first purchase, when they buy into the system, they're buying into a lot more than just the products. They're getting the accountability, they're getting the community, and they're getting really the sort of directive around learning and lifestyle out there too. And so we're going to help to continue on their wellness journey. Shane mentioned it. We really, this is the last of the Thursday night trainings here. We've gone through products, program, community, accountability. And then once they swipe their card, once they make that purchase on modere.com, we want to make sure that we're empowering you with your teams as leaders, with those that you're selling to in your environment, to help them find this education, how to go get it, where's the value, how can we replicate this amazing outcome that we've had with the user test group. And they've had a lot of love. Clearly, they are pioneers to go in here, but I think we've got some mechanics, we got best practices, we got things that we know and are super confident in that we can continue to lean into. They pulled this stat for me, and I thought this is interesting. Most of us, struggle with some sort of eating or weight, high, low, whatever it ends up, falling into. And we talked a lot about sort of getting ready for 2025 when we were planning this. And why is that? I mean, really, it's that sort of new year, new you season. People make resolutions. Very, very few people actually keep their resolutions, and it's for a lot of reasons. I mean, it's hard. I think it's a beautiful thing to try to work on yourself and sort of move further, but they delay it. Maybe they make mistakes. Maybe they have a holiday event. They've got high stress in their life. They don't really have true commitment. There's no accountability to it. There's a lot of reasons that these sort of systems fail. There's a lot of reasons that if you lose sometimes a tremendous amount of weight, or you get your body re-engineered in a way where you're really proud of it, it's hard to maintain it. It's hard to keep it there. And so some of that's lifestyle, some of that is habits, and some of it is just sort of our biology and where we are as a society right now. And I think there's some things that we can take a step back and really learn from, and things that we've been able to pull out of the system that can be really, really helpful and thoughtful as we share. Part of what we're seeking to do here is really teach healthy principles. So the product is sort of the access key in. We know it's out there. We know it can help. It can help supercharge your weight loss. It can help supercharge your GLP-1, your natural GLP-1s. It can help reduce your cravings. It can help you eat less of what you shouldn't eat. It can help you stay on track of your diets. And Shane's right. We are going to train and educate around low glycemic. And we believe in the science behind that. And that's what drives a lot of the ingredients that we put in to the new product we're going to launch. But the mechanics of this can work to whatever diet you can commit to. So whether it's slow carb or keto or macro or whatever it ends up being, it doesn't have to be 4-4-12 for the products to work. We think that's where it works best. We think it's probably the most applicable for what we're doing and the easiest to stick to. But if you've got something that works for you and you need that extra push, you need that extra edge, we've got this great opportunity to integrate this into your lifestyle. So, we sort of thought about what's really needed to make a true change. And obviously you're there, right? We've got to have this conversation. We got to train. We've got to make people that understand the products. There's got to be desire and time. But then we also thought about what really worked for the user test. And a couple of things really stood out. First thing was the accountability that Shane mentioned earlier, and the access to having peers that have the same issues that maybe our consumers have, or have the same questions, and have the opportunity to clean up their habits too. But additionally, it's also this sort of level of training, education, and understanding, because it's a lot easier to commit to something or get your head wrapped around it when you understand the why behind it. And we felt like that was really powerful. We had an incredible coach for the user test. Her name is Kim Pelicano, and I've known her for a bit. She, wonderful background, medical background, but really understands the science of nutrition, of healthy eating, of movement, of really restoring yourself in there. And we knew that there was gold there. We knew we had this opportunity that we could share that sort of influence and that sort of coaching on a much broader platform as well. And so, we realized that we probably wouldn't be able to do one-on-one coaching with every person that bought the transformation system, but there were some real sort of gems in there that we could share with everyone. Anyone that was interested, anyone that was committed and wanted to lean into it to help build new habits there too. Just to recap sort of the pillars of the program, we led off with the low glycemic food eating. So for a lot of you, the mechanics of this. It's staying away from, heavy starch, heavy sugar, really anything that spikes your glycemic index. We set the teams up with this 4-4-12, which is the 12 hours off, wait 4 hours, wait 4 hours. Todd gave them a cheat meal once a week, but he says only for an hour, and I think I agree with that. And then really movement is a big part of this. And a lot of that's for digestion. It's for caloric burn. It's for really all the health benefits that come with being up and moving and being outside. And we really said 30 minutes of exercise 5 times a week. And so that really just gets you up moving, and you got that opportunity to feel good and get a lot of the biological benefits that come along with getting up and taking action. So what happens next? So we'll all be together here in a little over a week. We've got an incredible presentation. The science is super exciting. The world is just now catching up with what we're doing. I am super, super excited about the AAA product here. We have done a lot of research. The teams have internally. We've met with research groups outside of there. There are a lot of competitors. There's a lot of people in direct sales, in retail, and wholesale, DTC, that are using components of what we're using. Pieces of this. Maybe they're using a bioactive fiber. Maybe they're using a pre or postbiotic. Maybe they're using a bioflavonoid to do this. No one has blended the way that we blended this product. We have a patent pending under a method patent for the AAA product. Additionally, we've been able to trademark our version of the bioflavonoid, which I am super, super thrilled with. Gang, I've been in the world of manufacturing, research, really many times very cutting edge supplementation for about a decade. I have not seen a single ingredient like this that has more compelling clinicals than this has. In fact, if anybody's super interested and you want to explore a little bit, and I don't mean to give this as a rousing endorsement, but Kourtney Kardashian, her GLP-1 product uses the same ingredients that we are using. It's called Aramin, because the GLP-1 benefit is so compelling. They're wrapping up their 4th human clinical on it. We have a very special blend of it that Jen Anderson has sort of supercharged in conjunction with the biotic blend and the glucomannan that we're using with it. We have trademarked our version of it. It's going to be called Glycolemon. And we're just wrapping that up right now. You won't see that on the first boxes here. We've got those set for the next run. We had to get everything registered there. But moving forward, we will have our own really name-branded, trademarked ingredient that's powered by Aramin, but it's our bioflavonoid. And for those that have been measuring their blood test and the user test, those that are understanding how to measure in the GLP-1s, it's a game breaker. And I mean that in the best possible way out there. So you do that in conjunction with the fiber product, with what we've done with Metabiome and our biotic blend, you've got something very special that no one else in the market has. Because not only are you boosting GLP-1 or you're repairing people's gut, but you're also making the process of body composition, losing weight, weight management, much less painful with what we've done with the bioactive fiber and the satiation of this too. So I'm just really excited about it. We will talk a bit about the transformation tools that we're going to deliver at that same time. So I talked about the real human clinical validation, and I felt really passionate about bringing this up. Some people have asked. There's a lot of products on the market right now that claim to boost GLP-1, or they use buzzwords that don't really mean what maybe it says on the package, or they'll claim that they've got clinical validation, but when you look at it, it's done with rats. I saw one today that said it was done in vitro. All in vitro means is you did it in a test tube. That doesn't mean anything to me. That may have nothing to do with us as humans or biology. I want to see it in a result of real human clinicals. 3 of our clinicals have already been published. We'll share those at launch as well. The 4th one is being wrapped up right now. All of them have shown incredible results for natural GLP-1 boosting, teaching your body to use it in its maximum effect. You layer that with the satiation effect, all of a sudden you're not as miserable. Your metabolism's firing the right way. You're getting great outcomes, just like the folks in the user test did, just like Shane we showed just now. And it's just really exciting. That said, nothing can ever overcome a terrible diet. So we're moving into the Transformation Challenge Facebook group. Once we have folks purchased and into the system itself, a lot of the collateral that's going to come in the box allows them access to the Facebook transformation group. So we've got a card that we're stuffing in the box that'll land in their shipment. It's all based off of QR codes, and it's got incredible educational information associated with it. It tells them how to take the product, but it also gives them access to this Facebook group. And we've got the community management set up here. We're going to follow a lot of the same incredible things that the user test did. And some of it's really fun, some of it's before and after, some of it's recipes, some of it's tips and tricks. But we need this opportunity to stay together, row together, and really build the movement that comes along with the body transformation opportunity. And the next thing, as I mentioned before, we're going to do this weekly educational Zoom. And I'm going to jump ahead here really quickly. So I think most of you know Kim. Again, I mentioned that the real value of that is the accountability, what she could teach us, help you customize your nutrition, and really around the lifestyle. Kim's about ready to have her baby. So she's going to be out of pocket for a little bit. We're in the process of wrapping up some folks that are going to be just as incredible. We've got a great system of nutritionists and folks that really understand the science behind what we're doing, people that understand it from a medical standpoint, a whole food standpoint, from a cleanliness and natural standpoint, and people that have incredible validation from the accreditations that they have and really are focused on clean living, helping us achieve goals in the way that we need to. And we'll be rotating them through in the Wednesday night calls as well. So we're going to do a little bit high level, because if we have 30 on the call, we can do a lot of individual coaching. If we have 300 on the call, one person can only do so much. But each week, we will be training toward a new set of education. Shane's got a really special offer for the original group, the founders of this group, that I'm not going to share until after Fall Social. He's got a really cool idea to get people excited about it early on, but just be there for it. I mean, it's a great way to learn and ask questions and get your own individual questions answered too, because everybody's biology is a little bit different. So we're in a really great place there with the educational Zooms that are coming up. I mentioned this, the AAA products patent pending. I'm really excited about it. It's a method patent. We have built this in a way that we can protect and build some real IP about. You can be very loud across your social channels. You can be very confident in what you're saying, because we have real science to back it up, real clinicals, and we've done it amongst each other too. So you've got friends on this call that are living proof that this works as advertised. It can do it without the crazy side effects. You don't need a prescription to do it. And we're getting back to what Modere is about building incredible product that's super bioefficient in the cleanest way possible. And that's really how we're going to continue this from here on out. Last thing I'll sort of mention, I mentioned glycolemon. I'm really excited to show you this. This is our bioflavonoid. A lot of people are figuring out how to drive GLP-1s in a natural way, but we're gonna have first mover advantage on that too. And then I'll talk here in a second just about the rest of the products. You know them, you love them. I don't think there's going to be anything that really knocks your socks up there, because you already know it. We trust it. It's part of the total system. The last thing I wanted to mention from an educational standpoint, and so this will blend between, your daily method of operation, what you share with your teams, and how we educate and build credibility with your consumers. We all know boards. We all know the Modere Life app. If you haven't been in there a while, I'd really encourage you to do it. Both of those platforms have gotten better and better. There's great content. There's great collateral. We've got some really, really cool things that our new marketing team have pulled together. Really easy to digest, really easy to understand. 60-second reels. You can put them on your TikTok. You can put it on your Instagram. You can put it on your Facebook. The collateral looks amazing. The colors are vibrant. It's got great motion to it. It's got great emotion to it. I just really encourage you to get in there, spend it, use it, take advantage of those tools that are in there too. We'll do a lot of this stuff across our normal channels too. We'll be pushing a lot of. You're going to start to see our social media look a bit different as we move forward. We're doing a lot of work to reclaim our YouTube channel, provide education, training, product content that really matters, that you can share, you can cut up, you can do the snippets for, however you'd like to do that. Of course, we'll be really loud and sort of overt across all the normal meta channels, Facebook, Instagram. We're rolling a lot of advancement in TikTok here with the new team too. And then what's going to really probably materially affect this, and I mentioned this on a couple of calls ago, we've onboarded our first digital agency ever. So we're using a company called Intero. If you're interested, hop on their page. They are super smart, super scrappy. The things that they've got built from a working media, from a digital media standpoint, look incredible. It'll add a ton of validation in what you're doing. It'll make your heavy lifting of teaching people about Modere and about these new products a lot easier. And when you need that validation, you know where you can go get it. And helping you add to this education out there and helping you add to this in totality. And then the last thing I'll mention, because this is definitely new. I mean, well, the digital agency is new to Modere, but this is definitely new too. We have done a lot of prep work over the last few weeks in sort of seeding and getting true industry thought leadership excited about particularly about the AAA product that's coming out, because it is first to market. We've got a lot of IP that other people will not be able to field out there, and it's not smoke and mirrors. And so we have this opportunity to not just provide this incredible product and this incredible experience, but really get back to being disruptive, really get back to bringing innovation to our consumers. And the world's hungry for this. There's been this sort of opportunity to drive in there. And so, we've been in this fortunate position where, if you can build something with enough trust, a lot of these, vlogs and folks that are maybe, really outside of network marketing or direct sales, but are true leaders in health, wellness, nutrition. Some of that's podcasts, some of it's websites, some of it's they've just got massive social following, YouTube, things of that nature. We've got a lot of people's attention right now as we've tested this out. And in some of them we wrapped up with this week. We have an incredible post-launch series to help drive media, help drive excitement around this. And you're going to see it from a lot of different angles that you haven't seen it prior to that. The PR looks incredible. We've got the press release pulled together for it. There's a lot of media outlets that are going to be coming along with that. And then there's going to be folks that are coming from different angles than probably what you've thought about in the past that are going to be interested. We're going to have an opportunity to speak to a new consumer, a new customer set that probably in the past would not have considered us, but may have high trust in these outlets. And if they see this sort of force being out there, you've got the opportunity to go out there, grab them, bring them into your network, build your business, and do some things that are really, really exciting with this. So we'll be able to share a lot more of that on that Saturday. Some of it will be launched in the days post that. We'll launch most of the press release that following Tuesday. A lot of the internet media, I guess is maybe the right way to explain it. It'll come in the back half of those weeks, and then the subsequent week following, and we'll sort of sprinkle it throughout Q3 and Q4 in order to get it ready for what really is diet season. That's that new year, new me time of year. So just know there's a lot of things happening in the background that are they're going to look really new, but they're all meant to help support you, help drive Modere forward, help make your world broader, so you can have a lot bigger conversations with your consumers out there too. Okay, talked about Kim. I'll skip that. I'm not going to spend a ton of time here. This is sort of the masterclass overview. So a lot of what we've talked about over the last 4 weeks, definitely a lot with what the user test got. So, it ranges from, what foods to eat, how to eat them, what movement needs to look like, the scientific sides of it, meal planning, metabolic indicators, and really around rest and recovery too. And so we're going to break this down. We're going to reset this every 12 weeks. There'll be a lot of education. There'll be a lot of training. There's a little bit of incentivization that's going to come along with that. Like I mentioned earlier, that Shane's going to drop in and to get people excited to enjoy this, to give you an opportunity to have a leg up on maybe your competition and have an ability to build your business in this amazing body transformation system in a really fast way. So we'll kick this the first Wednesday of October. I think that's the 2nd. I don't have a calendar here in front of me, but it's really close to that. And so basically, it'll be the first Wednesday after first full week post the shipments that'll come in. Kim said yes, it's the 2nd. Thank you, Kim. So yeah, the 2nd that'll come after fall social marketing. We'll turn it on Saturday. The first shipments will start going on Monday. We'll give some folks a little bit of time to get it under their belt before we launch these first classes here. I'm not going to go into this because you'll learn this on your masterclass format, but basically this is how we've handled it in the past: weekly wins, recaps, nutrition, exercise, basic health, product trainings, and summary. And so this is, as we get past this, we'll have this opportunity to lean in on what the system is in totality. And so what you're looking at here, this is the big chunk of the current format, right? We've got trim, we know trim, we love trim. It's got our incredible collagen in there. It's got a CLA product in there that's great for a lot of things when it comes to your metabolism, burn, and the whey protein. The extension of this will be 2 additional items. One is meant to protect your muscles when you're trying to lose weight, when you're dieting down, when you might be caloric deficient compared to where you've been. The other one is to ensure that your metabolism and your GLP-1 is firing as safely and as naturally and as healthy as possible. I'll give you a quick rundown on it. I think everybody knows this at this point, but I think it certainly bears repeating here. So it really, our AAA product sort of functions on those 3 platforms that we talked about earlier. It's like it helps you control your appetite, helps you curb cravings so you stay fuller longer. It drives your GLP-1 production out there. It helps support your glucose metabolism, which is what we're talking about. That's why we really lean into low glycemic, because if you eat right and then your body is manufacturing and managing in the right way, you get this opportunity to really, really drive through there and keep your healthy blood sugar in the right place out there too. So a couple of other things that we're putting on there. It's a little tougher to make clinicals against, but we've got some great things that sort of validated this, and we're working through that. Is you support your antioxidant capacity. A lot of interesting science around what the product can do with free radicals, and we're still testing a lot of that. And then your body's natural ability to fight oxidative stress, which is a big part of what we're talking about in the coaching groups. Can be helped through diet out there with your cortisol levels, and it's a big thing of what we talked about early in the year with the uplift products and some other things in the assortment. Mentioned this earlier, that the second product is really for muscle protection. One of the big knocks against the pharmaceutical GLP-1 products right now is as you're losing that weight, you lose just as much muscle. And it's really tough to do it because although the outcomes are both GLP-1 boosting, the shot slows down that gut digestion. It works in a very different way. Ours is the opposite of that. It's working in your gut's natural superpower. It superpowers that, as opposed to tricking your gut and slowly digesting so you're not so full. So we've got a natural satiation agent. We're not freezing your GI tract. We're feeding it. And we know we've got this opportunity to protect, because in any diet, anytime you're losing weight that rapid, there is muscle that needs to be protected. And so the best way to do that is with your branched chain aminos. That's why many of the macro diets, that's why low glycemic works so well with ensuring you're getting your protein the way that you need to, and really supplementing with the key BCAAs, glutamine, L-arginine, betaine, and taurine there too. And there's just some basic ratios that fit really well when you need to protect your muscle. You're working on body composition. You want to protect all that hard work, all that exercise, but you want to kind of shed some of that visceral fat that needs to go out there too. And so we'll be sharing that. And it tastes great, and it's wonderfully dosed. And I think the teams are going to be really excited about it because it can do a lot more. We know trim. I'm not going to spend a ton of time, but really our entire pitch on this was around body comp, around muscle tone, around youthful looking skin, because we know there's damage that's done when you lose weight. We know this is this opportunity to tighten up and be really protected and look your best. And so these two things in conjunction, the liquid biocell product in conjunction with the CLA, it's a wonderful product. It tastes great. It's an enjoyable process, and it's something that we have a lot of IP we can protect, and we can field something that nobody else can field because we have the exclusivity on liquid biocell. And we can continue to drive this in a really interesting package. There are other products in the market that have CLA out there, nothing that's exactly built like this, and certainly nothing that's being paired with these other two products that we're getting ready to launch next week. Modere Burn, we got this thermogenic. A lot of people have a thermogenic. Ours is wonderful. For those of you that used it, it's very clean. It's very sort of naturally built out there. It works great, increases energy, great cardio and calorie burn associated with this, and it's just a wonderful add-on. For those that are tolerant to caffeine and the energy, it's a great way to really maximize their exercise, maximize really the caloric deficit, and let the other products work in your body's sort of natural biology as well. And then we talked about protein a lot. I saw somebody put a note in there about plant protein. We're working on it. I don't have any answers for you yet, but right now we are going to lean forward with the Modere whey protein. Again, a really important part of ensuring you're being consistent is ensuring you're full. Protein leads this. It protects muscle. It adds other branched chain aminos to protecting that in there. It helps you make better decisions. Ours is 20 grams of protein. There's a lot of coaching that'll come with the Wednesday night sessions. A lot of it will revolve around, are you eating protein at every meal? Are you making good decisions? Are you eating the appropriate amount of protein for your body weight? And promoting that lean muscle growth that comes along with it. Additionally, one of the things that's important for ours is we've got an enzyme assist in our whey protein. A lot of people do not, but that will help the metabiome, the biotic products work even better because of the enzyme that's associated with it. And, and then somebody put it tastes great. It does. It's great for shakes. It's an easy way to mix it up. And, again, to the top of the hour, one of the things that I think makes it easier to be consistent, to stay on your system, is to not make it miserable. And this is a great way to help add like sort of some joy, I guess, maybe to the process of where you want to go here too. Shane sort of talked about this at the beginning of the hour, but one of the things that we were so excited about education is because it leads to advocacy. You can help a lot of other people. We are super proud of these products. I have seen a lot of companies come and go. I've seen a lot of companies rise. I've seen a lot of companies find incredible products, but at the wrong time. I've seen products that were not great products, but they were at the right time, and they really took off too. I am thrilled with what's happening here. The world is ready for a natural GLP-1 driver. They're ready to get back to managing their goals on their own without a prescription. They're ready to be excited about what they're putting in their body and ensure that it's all natural and clean. And I don't want to get in trouble with Shane here, but we even have the call outs on the box: sugar-free, dairy-free, non-GMO. We got gluten call outs on it. Great badge on the front of it. Dairy-free, promotes natural GLP-1 production. You're gonna get this place where a lot of the things that we've missed in the past because maybe the packaging didn't tell a good story, you didn't know what the flavor was, you didn't know what the product does, that has all been heard from you and erased at this point. And Curb will be the leader of that. The new product we're getting ready to launch, the additional products that are coming around that will emulate the look of those as we get ready to drive through here. And then everything else in the body transformation system will start to emulate that, because you need to have a call out that this is a system in totality. It'll help you build your basket. It'll help you build your story out there. And it looks modern. It feels modern. The package feels premium, which is something we've struggled with in the past. Because if we're asking somebody to pay a premium price for a premium product, they have to have the full visceral experience of it. And it's really starting to Curb, and I'm really excited about it too. So we've got a lot of opportunity to sort of lean into this. We've got notes in here about what comes with the empowerment of the group. I think that probably goes without saying after the last 4 weeks here. I think we're all really excited about the team here. We're super proud of the user test team. They did an incredible job. I was so excited when we got them together. I've been floored by the success that came along with that. And then I guess I just want to sort of close you with this. We're an exciting juncture. We're an exciting turn right now. A lot of things that made Modere great originally, we've sort of whiffed on the last couple of years. If you think about things that really mattered, about products that really worked, about building something that only Modere could build, and about empowering you and your teams with products and really themes that they could take with and run that would allow you to answer questions, would get people interested, would really drive people into your space. That started with the sort of fact and the promise that we were delivering something that was really high quality, it was safe, it was effective, and it was clean. Then beyond that, it started to fly when people started to take Liquid BioCell and they felt great on it and they looked great on it and it worked. You started to build that trust past that too. Those are not mechanics that have to live in a silo. They can be applied to a lot broader set of products and SKUs, different lifestyles, different goals, different things that people need in order to achieve where they want to go with their life, help them achieve this sort of richness that comes along with this ability to maybe just live better, like in some ways too. And we are leaning into this in weight management because we've got this incredible first to market advantage here with this product that we're getting ready to roll. We've got a great system that it can work in support of. Wonderful products that are already out there, like Trim and Burn and many others that are done in association with that. But for those of you that heard the sort of mission and how we're driving into moving us past just being a collagen company into a health and wellness platform, that starts with innovation. It starts with being first to market. It starts with speed. And ultimately, it ends with, does the product do what we say it's going to do? And in this case, and in every case as we move forward, it absolutely does. And we're going to back it up with real science. We're going to back it up with real experience as we go through here. And I'm just really thrilled to have each and every one of you on the journey with us as we get into it. I'm super excited to get this thing launched in a week and a half. It's going to be the big story for us, the remaining part of the year, so we can really launch with a bang into diet season for 2025. But there'll be other things that we build in support of this, even throughout the end of the year. We've got additional launches coming behind this. A lot of that's meant as opportunities for you to drive volume, build your businesses, service some of the requests that you've had for holes in the assortment. And then as we get into next year, our commitment to you, our commitment to our consumers, and really to the teams is we're going to launch at least 3 AAA products a year for the foreseeable future. I'm really excited about SRC next year. I'm not going to even mention that until we get through Fall Social. But this is going to build the pathway. It's going to sort of drive us forward to get us ready for this. So I just really want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks for your patience as we got the organization sort of re-engineered this year. You're going to be blown away by the results here. You're going to be blown away by the product, and we're going to be really loud and really proud about being first to market and bringing something to the world that it actually needs when it needs it. So I guess lastly, and most importantly, thanks for all your time over the last 4 weeks. We love you guys. We're thrilled to see you here in a couple weeks. If you need me, if you need Shane, if you need the entire North America team, know we're here for you. We're here to support you, and we'll be seeing you here in about a week and a half. So thanks, everybody. Have a fantastic night, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye, everybody.